Welcome to another edition of Eye on Education. I'm Ed Lecious, and we continue with our series on the candidates for the Board of Education in the November 7th municipal election. And joining us today is Shewanda Daniel Williams. Yes. Welcome.
Thank you, Ed, for having me.
Well, who's Shewanda for the people who don't know you?
Shewanda is a mother of four, a community resident. I like to volunteer here in Nashua. I'm, just Shewanda Daniels Williams, ready to serve.
And why the Board of Education?
Board of Education because I believe that the children are our future. I think that they need solid education to continue on to be well-rounded humans that will support our city in the upcoming years.
And if you're elected, one of the first things you'll be taking up, there'll be many, but one of the first critical things will be the elementary school redistricting. Mm-hmm. You have any thoughts on that?
So I think that I'm willing to learn a whole lot more about that. I'm not sure about all the details about the redistricting that's going on with the elementary schools, but I trust that there's a staff that has previously vetted all the options for that. So joining the school board, I will get up to speed on learning all that I need to learn to be in this position and support the best choices.
If you're elected, at the end of that term, you're not even in office yet, but at the end of that term, what would be the one thing that you would look back on and say that I was proud to accomplish that? What priority would you have?
So my priority is to support the teachers and the staff. I would like to see more special education paras. I would like to come up with a plan for hiring teachers outside of the district to bring them in so that we can have a strong teacher system here.
Any thoughts on how you might go about that? Because everyone's looking for teachers. As I've said during this series of interviews, teaching, nursing, police, they're not the go-to jobs that they used to be, and it's getting harder and harder, more competitive. Although Nashua's in pretty reasonable shape in terms of the benefits package and salaries, but any thoughts about what you might propose to get someone to come to Nashua?
Well, I think that anyone that sees Nashua and sees what Nashua has to offer today and coming in the future, they would be happy to be here. As for how to get teachers there, I would have to depend on the board and the hiring policies and everything. We are surrounded by some great educational institutions. So hopefully we'll be raising up the next teachers here in Nashua.
You say you have 4 children?
Yes, I do.
All school age?
I have 2 that are school age. 2 that go over to Nashua North, one that will graduate this year and one that graduates next year.
You don't look old enough to have 2 seniors, a senior and a junior.
Absolutely. I have a 25-year-old and she's in the Air Force.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, any thoughts on the education that they've received here in Nashua? Are you happy as a parent?
I am happy as a parent with the education that they have received here. I believe that we have a strong public school education. I believe that the teachers over to North and Pennachuck, where my children attended, they care a whole lot. They are the cream of the crop.
Besides the staffing issue and the paras and the teachers, what other priorities do you see this next board having to tackle down the road?
Well, I know that we just approved the middle school funds. That the Board of Aldermen, the Joint Board of School Board, along with the aldermen, just approved the money for the Brian McCarthy Middle School and everything. So those are new projects that I'm looking forward to seeing. And even though all the funding is already out and spoken for, those will be things that we'll get to address.
And that'll be opening next fall.
Yes.
And that will be a new building that will, in addition to having middle school students, there'll be a wing designed there for special needs, special education students. And your background, mental health is an up and coming issue too.
Absolutely. Just working here in the community with people that happen to have mental health issues, I just think that our kids just need to be supported, especially after COVID and everything of being out of school for that extended period of time. There's been a rebound for our kids.
Do you think we've come out of COVID completely? I mean, the kids, or is there still some that are maybe lagging because of what transpired during that period?
On an educational level, I think that the teachers are bringing the kids up to where they need to be. I think that socially, being out of school for almost 2 years has been tough on them. Having my 2 high schoolers and knowing the things that they've gone on with their friends and things.
How was that? How did that work for you, having the 2 of them at home, and you're going off to work, and they're in high school, and let's face it, high schoolers, sometimes their attention span isn't always there. Was it more challenging for you to have them home learning, or with them going to school now and trying to get them out the door every day?
I think that both situations had their challenges. The district provided them with Dell computers, so they were able to do their Google Classrooms. So I believe that they did well. But we remember what high school was like as a freshman, and just the things that we learned. Having North as a huge building, one of our newer high schools, just not going to for 9th grade at all,
Right.
And then so that's just an experience that my kids had. But I think that they all fared well, but just being there that they didn't get COVID took a lot from the kids and everyone else,
This your first run for elective office?
So yes, this is my first run for elective office. I did audition when there was a seat open this spring.
Okay. So tempted you and gave you the wherewithal to make the leap.
Absolutely. Let me know that I really, really want to make a difference. With the children, I want to make sure that I'm there to support our teachers, to support our staff, to make sure that we're just producing well-balanced human beings.
So what have you been doing for your campaign? You been going door to door, or?
Yes, canvassing Saturdays and Sundays and whenever I can in between. There was a campaign party last night at Caribbean Breeze, so it was a meet the candidates, and we just get together with our brochures and make sure that we're getting out there in the public, making sure that we're seen, especially me, since this is my first time.
As you've gone door to door, as you've met people and they've come up to you with their questions and concerns, what have been some of the concerns that you've been hearing?
So, generally, everyone's just very nice and takes the material, and they don't really have any questions. I haven't had any questions about the school board going door to door. I think that I haven't had any questions according to the school board going door to door.
Why on November 7th, when someone goes into the cast their ballot, should they vote for Shewanda Daniels Williams for the Board of Education?
I believe that they should vote for me because I want to stand up for the community. I want to make sure that our teachers are supported. I want to make sure that the whole school system is supported. This is my first time running. I'm not a career politician. I just want to be helpful in the community I live in.
Well, thank you for running.
Thank you.
Good luck to you in the November 7th election. And I'm sure, regardless of the outcome, we haven't heard the last of you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ed.
Thank you. We've been talking with Shewanda Daniels-Williams, candidate for the Board of Education in the November 7th election. This has been a special edition of eYe on Education. I'm your host, Ed Lecious. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.